What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you, you know what I'm saying, with my latest texts and thoughts, you know what I'm saying. Just got through watching my boy Ray Ray's video. Shout out to my boy Ray Ray, by the way, you know what I'm saying. Just got through watching his video, and I'm just gonna dive right into it. The question that he had, revolving, between Hopkins and Clowney's contract, how can you, if you if it's possible, how would you manage that? And I'm glad I think about these things on the regular, because it's funny that question came up because I was thinking about it. I want to say about 2-3 days ago, and here's what I came up with. Because it's possible to keep both of them. It is, but a few things need to happen in order to do so. First things first. If Houston is gonna make that happen, guys need to get on board with the fucking program. Dwayne Brown need to stop this bullshit about his contract and whatnot, because let's let's face it, dude. If Dwayne Brown was a free agent, no doubt he would get what those other tackles got. That's no question. Hands down, he would get that. But you also got to take into consideration, and I'm pretty sure other teams would take this into consideration. You're what, 30, 33? Going into this year, he's 33. Mind you, this is all if he was on the free agent market. He's 33. He's came off of he wasn't necessarily hurt a lot last year. He had his issues at the beginning of the year, but he didn't really get hurt that much afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But again, teams looking at the analytics of the game, they're gonna say, hey, what the Texans was paying you, that's your market. That's your market. You know what I'm saying? We can't help that the guy from Baltimore got 16 mil. Guess what? That guy's probably 5 or 6 years younger than you and has higher upside. That's just the plain facts to that scenario. So that's out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Now, and it sucks because Rick, he made a good move, but then again he kind of it kind of, like, again, and like I said in my other videos, he made a good move, but he kind of fucked us at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You don't go. In my opinion, I would have made a trade similar to what Kansas City made to get Watson. I would not have given up my 25th overall pick. I would have gladly given them 2/3. I may have run the risk of not getting Dante Foreman, but I wouldn't have traded my my 25th pick from this year, then next year, you know what I'm saying, just to get Watson. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it for what it is, and just like I said, I'm gonna get back to my topic of discussion, with Clowney and Hopkins. But let's just think about this scenario for a second. Guess who was if say we make that trade, a first of next year and it's 2/3. Okay, boom. Yeah, you still wouldn't have a first or second next year, but you would still have a first this year, and that would make a hell of a difference. And here's why. Guess who would have if say Houston makes that trade and they're still sitting at 25? Guess who's still on the board? Cam Robinson. I know. Now look, I know he wasn't. He wasn't really that. I wouldn't say he wasn't popular, because he was, but he wasn't a favorite. Amongst me. And other. Texans YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at our current right tackle situation, at 25, Cam Robinson would have been a fucking awesome pick. Awesome. I would have gladly lived without having Foreman, to get Cam Robinson. But like I said, that shit didn't happen. So it is what it is. Now, like I said, going forward with how you can keep Clowney and Hopkins. Now, again, look at, and this is the part where I give Rick credit. You know what I'm saying? All of these contracts, with these aging players, like, look at their contracts. Go look it up. Outside of Dwayne Brown, almost everybody else is they're probably, I wouldn't say probably, they are basically on their last year of their contract. And then you can, you know what I'm saying, you're free of them. Jonathan Joseph, he's on his, I'm pretty sure he's on his last year of his contract. Sorry about that. Brian Cushion, he's on the last I want to say I think he's got 2 years, you know what I'm saying? But I would, you know what I'm saying, looking at these guys, and for what they are, if you can't trade them, just do yourself a favor and cut them. You know what I'm saying? As like I said, I would love to, for a team to trade for them, because I do think that, well, let me put it like this. In our system, these guys perform at a high level. I can't say that about, if they went to another system. I can't, that'll be a risk that the other team would have to take, and with players of, that are at this age, teams aren't going to trade for them. So odds are you're probably going to have to cut them, And like I say, looking at it for what it is, you've already drafted Zach Cunningham, who's going to be Cushion's replacement. So start there. You know what I'm saying? Start there. Like I said, man, how do I put it? With these next few years, man, it's Rick Smith being crafty is gonna determine how far this team can really go. Because, like I said, he set us back. You know what I'm saying? We got Watson, but I mean, like I said in my last video, I'm really hoping that Tom Savage comes and has one of those Kirk Cousins like years. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, not only could we shop him for potential first and second round picks, due to the high quarterback driven market, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if that happens, I'm all for it, you know what I'm saying? Because now you have a first and second round pick to, fall back on, you know what I'm saying? Now you can go and get, your future, right tackle, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, in my personal opinion, right about now, and I know, everybody's still traumatized about the whole Brock Osweiler signing, but let's call it for what it is. You gotta pay, certain people to play certain positions. That's just the nature of the beast. You gotta do that. And yeah, we flopped with Brock, and that it happens, you know what I'm saying? We're not the only team that's done that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? All the speculation about, well, we shouldn't just be out throwing money. I mean, hey, other teams shouldn't be doing it either, but I mean, it happens. Shit happens. Get over it. But going forward, to fix our problems, you know what I'm saying? I would sign a free agent, a decent, or I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say decent. This would be the moment where they should reach again if say, and I know he's not because he's under contract, but say if a guy like Cody Glenn, like from Buffalo, if he got cut, you know what I'm saying, I would reach out and pay him big time money, you know what I'm saying, to come and play here. And like I said, with Dwayne Brown still being under contract, I'm like, look, either you gonna play this out or because we got a guy. And like I said, with the Savage trade, you know, if he lights it up, guess what? Now you signed a guy, you can really get rid of Dwayne Brown and then draft another lineman. Now you set on, you know what I'm saying? Now you pretty much have your tackle set. Now, where it worries me, and I know a lot of you are probably gonna again look at your screen and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I still see problems on defense that need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Our corner depth is one. Like I said, after this year, odds are Jonathan Joseph is gonna be gone. I don't really see Kareem Jackson being here any longer. You know what I'm saying? And those dudes right there, those two right there that I just named, they're accumulating over at least 11 mil. You know what I'm saying? Just by themselves. So yeah, if you want to, like I said, if you want to be able to re-sign Hop and all those guys, you got to be willing to make these moves and get rid of certain people. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, most of these guys are just getting hurt and collecting checks. And you know what I'm saying? That if I'm Bill O'Brien, that should be the first thing that I would have said going into the OTAs. I understand that injuries happen. That's a part of football, but you're not gonna sit up here and collect checks. You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it is what it is. You know. Shout out to Derek Newton. You know what I'm saying? Because he reconstructed his contract. You know, to help the team. You know what I'm saying? Gotta love team players, man. Even though he played pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? When he did get beat, he got beat by elite players, you know what I'm saying? So, it happens. But, yeah, shout out to him, man, for making, the team move. As for, like I was saying, I'm going to keep saying it. Looking towards the future, I really, really would like for them to bring in Ladarius Green, probably on a 3-year deal. You know what I'm saying? This way, not only can he be here to help Savage out, and help Savage put up good numbers, but he'll also be here to help Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, all these are just scenarios, man. Like I said, with the guys that I would get rid of to be able to keep Clowney and Hop, guys like Keith Mumphrey, I'm sorry, he got to go. Cushion, J-Joe, Kareem Jackson, if you're not going to try to trade these guys for something, just get rid of them, man. Because these guys, these aging veterans are hurting us cap-wise, you know what I'm saying? So, if say, and I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save this right tackle potential move for my next video, and I'm actually gonna do this one right after this. But just to give y'all a snippet, I wonder what's gonna happen with that right tackle that's down there in Jacksonville. Now I know he's holding out for his money, but like I said, it's for money issues. You know what I'm saying? And Jacksonville's got a lot of money. They just, for some reason, haven't paid. They don't want to pay him. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to be for my next video. As per usual, like, sub, and peace. Drop me some comments in the comment box below. You know what I'm saying? And let me know what you guys think.